So guys, the Northern have come out to say that they will stand with Peter Obi. When I mean the Northern leaders, the elders have come out to say that they will stand with Peter Obi come election, that is come the next election. And it baffles me because they've seen the good things that Peter Obi have done in the North, and then their mind or their brain have reset, because everybody, both those that rigged the election, both those that stole ballot box, both those that was bribed, both those that did anything to make APC win, their eye have opened, because right now the shaggy went through and everybody is suffering. Peter Obi always say nobody buys bread cheaper. Everybody buys bread the same amount, whether Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, everybody buy bread the same amount. So that means that there's no need of rigging the election that was rigged, because everybody is suffering. The North is even suffering more, because now they've seen the wonders Peter Obi have done in the North. Peter Obi gave them borehole. Peter Obi helped them to innovate hospitals. Peter Obi helped them to innovate schools. Peter Obi gave them hope and showed them that the new North is possible, because in the North they are suffering. No water, no good school, no good road, no network, no lights, nothing is working in the North. So Peter Obi came and gave them hope. Now their eyes have opened and they are saying that they will stand with Peter Obi come next election. Let me like guys to just hear, so you know me as if I'm talking too much on my own. Just hear it from them. There are different videos compiled for you guys to enjoy. So at the end you can hear your views. I'll be with you guys in a minute.
Stand before you today to endorse the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, His Excellency Peter Obi. We have carefully evaluated the stances and policies of all the candidates, and I have come to the conclusion that His Excellency Peter Obi is the best choice for our nation.
Occasion, we just make it to endorse Peter Obi by Islamic clerics here not only in Kano, in the northern part of Nigeria.
There's no religion in politics. We are just focused on integrity and accountability. So all of these characters, all these good behaviors, is His Excellency Peter Obi of Labour Party. He is the one of all of the presidential candidates that has it. So that is why we Islamic preachers, we Northeast, we Northern, we are here to solidarity and endorse to defeat Obi as a president Federal Republic of Nigeria in this coming election.
Suna ci da gumumu mu ba yaran kowa bane. Ba za kuma zuwa samu ababbar riga ba samu aljihu. Kawai ana neman wasu.
The biggest problem, and I kept saying this even before election, the biggest weakness and the biggest threat that presidential campaign had was Labour Party. If Mr. Peter Obi had run as an independent candidate, there's no how they would have been able to rig. There is no how. Because it was dependent on party. The party first of all went on. For them to even release this thing, oh yeah, let's be able to impute agents or whatever. That's what they did. They changed everything. They were the biggest threat that we had. They thought even the obedient, they saw the obedient as their enemies. I kept telling them, I said, you guys are the ones that are going to be the party in power, not us. They can't think big. Their small-mindedness was the reason why Tinubu was able to rig election. The biggest problem, and I kept saying this even before election, the biggest weakness and the biggest threat that presidential campaign had was Labour Party. If Mr. Peter Obi had run as an independent, the biggest problem, and I kept saying this even before election, the biggest weakness and the biggest threat that presidential campaign had was Labour Party. If Mr. Peter Obi had run as an independent
support beyond your cell, especially that of your party, towards the Osun governorship election, and obedient were very vocal. I call obedient is as your supporters. That is what they are being tapped. In and out of social media, you could hear that huge support for Peter Obi and the Labour Party. Only if that could materialize to the kind of vote your party could have garnered at that election. How come your party did not perform well in that election? That support did not materialize. Why?
So there was no huge support in Osun as we were going into that election. Let us be realistic. What you saying that people are obedient
You know, Osun election and Ekiti election is the election that have been planned months. I've been in the Labour Party less than 6 weeks. The candidates that emerged months before I even got involved. The elections were on then and everything, so there was no way that would have translated overnight. 2023 election is totally different. I remember election these days, people are now voting for candidates, for the persons involved. I had been to Ekiti, for example, before the election, and campaigned for the PDP candidate. I had been to Osun before, when I was the aspirant in PDP, and campaigned for the PDP candidate. So, those elections cannot be used to compare for anything. And there was, yes, I went there because we are participating in that election, and in fulfillment of our obligation, we were there. But to say that it would have my popularity would have translated overnight would have been not fair to us.
If there is a possibility to align forces with Atiku Abubakar, would you take that chance?
So nobody goes into a match thinking of what will happen at the end of. Everybody's going there to win. I'm going into this contest to win. I'm going into the contest to be the next president of Nigeria. So thinking about what will happen is, I don't know how, nobody considers that into a match when you're saying it might be a draw. You're going into it to win. I'm going into this election to win, and then I think I have all it takes to win.
Peter Obi might be the next president of Nigeria. If that is what your mind is telling you, you think that you have what it takes to beat an Atiku Abubakar or Bola Tinubu at the general elections?
Well, for me, I wish I will not even do well or comment about what they are thinking. My concentration is how to solve the problem of Nigeria. How to start pulling Nigeria out of the problems, pulling Nigerians out of poverty, creating jobs for our teeming youths who are desirous of being part of changing the world, not thinking about what other people are thinking. They have what they want to do for Nigeria. But my commitment is how do we start turning around this country. There's so many issues now that we're into. Say, as you can see, we're collapsing by the day. Do you know what it means to shut down government-owned school in the capital? That means we're not safe anywhere any longer. This should be a preoccupation of those of us who are contesting, not about other issues.
The shaking have gone on. I believe you watched the video. You see how every northern leaders and elders we are saying that the best candidate for the nation is Peter Obi. Is because the hunger have circulated the world, the country, the insecurity have circulated the country, where the governments are linked to be the ones that are causing insecurities in the Nigeria. And then they are talking about fighting insecurity, whereas they are even the one that sponsoring and aiding those insecurity and those people that are causing insecurity in Nigeria. Now everybody's eye are open. I will never believe that this day will come when the Northerners will finally support an Igbo man. You know that this instead that the Northerners don't like the Igbos, still don't like them more. But it's amazing to see that the Northerners have their eye open to see that it's no more about tribe, about my brother. It's about the best candidate, the person that can deliver this country called Nigeria. And we have only one candidate that can do that, Peter Obi. Peter Obi is the only person that can put this country back again in shape. Because Nigeria, during the NSAS protest, I saw Nigeria, we are one. Nigerians are always one when it comes to protest, when it comes to a meeting that will remove bad governments. They are one, despite being Yoruba, Hausa or Igbo, they are one. That is the only way I've seen that Nigerians are one. And I've also seen Nigeria one in that 2023 election. where the campaign was, they did the Lagos campaign for P2B, they did the Kaduna for P2B, they did in Abuja for P2B, they did in every region for P2B. That's when I know that that Nigeria can be one. But because of these insecurities happening in Nigeria, that's why it as if Nigeria is no one, because this region is blaming these people to be the cause of insecurities, whereas we know the ones that are causing the insecurities, the governments are the ones causing insecurities. But I think I'd like guys to just air your views about this video you've watched. But I think it's an interesting video because I'm so happy that to see that the Northerners are coming out to say by themselves that P2B is the right candidate for Nigeria, that is the right person that can change this country to a better place. And I'm so happy that it's coming from Northern elders, the ones that are vowed that no Igbo man will rule this country, the ones that are vowed that no Igbo man will take charge of this country, and then the ones encouraging their people that they should vote for P2B in the next election. Like I said, next election will be fire upon fire. I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned, guys.